屋上のゆりれいさん。私にできることなら何でも言ってね。
Well, thanks for the information. Hey there, dear YouTube community, and welcome to a new Let's Play on my channel. I am, of course, yours truly, the Love Giant, and this, dear friends, is Kindred Spirits on the Dog. Get it, Riff? That's pretty bad, I know. So, yeah, welcome to a new Let's Play on my channel. It has been a while since the last time I've played a visual novel on my channel. We have played, so far, I am known probably for playing Bible Black with the good old Zig. Then I played Bio Black The Infection, I think. I'm just, you know, just so you know my background basically in terms of visual novels. I've played 100 episodes of Bible Black with good old Zig. Then I played, I think it was like 20 episodes. I've made a whole playthrough for Bible Black The Infection. So far, I think the only guy that has ever uploaded actual video game footage onto YouTube for Bible Black The Infection. And now I'm dipping my toes into a new territory, which is Kindred Spirits on the Roof, a game that you can purchase on Steam, and it is allegedly, we're gonna see about that, allegedly completely uncensored, and that's the reason why I actually bought this, one of the reasons. It's not completely for free. I think it's like 20 bucks on Steam. It is completely uncensored, and it is completely Yuri, which is my absolute favorite kind of content. And if you don't know what Yuri is, then just Google it. Google image search it. You're gonna love me for that, but we're gonna go get into that a little bit later. Not only that, but because there are so many comments about this game in the comment section on Steam, or in the review section of Steam, I should say, where it says the story is amazing. They actually shed some tears, so I'm €99, by the way, so it costs a little bit, but I hope we get a bang for our buck. I think, by the way, there are like 74 scenes, which I'm not entirely sure what that means, but we're gonna see about that, and a lot of different endings, and yeah, I think we're gonna have some fun with this for a long while. So, this is what it says. During lunch one day, Tomi Yuna meets two Kindred Spirits on the roof of her school. When they insist she helped them nurture young love, Yuna finds herself playing Yuri Cupid to 6 unique and adorable couples. I thought it was a typo at first. Can she remain aloof? Okay. Or will the promise of a YURITOPIA reach her too? Which definitely sounds pretty good. This game came out on 2016, by the way, so that has been out for a little while. And 97% of 595 user reviews for this game are positive, so that is definitely a lot. And yeah, the thing is, this game costs 31 bucks. I'm not sure how much I actually spent on this. It should be around that. So there better be some really good content here, but I think we're good on that. So we have some reviews here, but we're gonna skip over that a little bit. So right here we have about this game. Let's make this a YURITOPIA. Sounds good to me. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Wait. Kokonotsuboshi, nailed it. Girls Academy of Commerce, a school built on the side of an old castle. That's a meme. Known as Shojou. Tomi Yuna spends her time here on her own until one day her lunch on the roof is suddenly interrupted by a pair of ghosts. Enoki Sachi, who died in an accident before the war. Okay. And Nagatani Megumi, who died of illness 30 years ago. These Kindred Spirits died with unrequited feelings in their hearts, met and fell in love. They hold an ardent wish to experience their first time together before they eternal rest, but they don't know how. The two haunting spirits enlist Yuna to help them foster more Yuri couples at the school, to assist girls struggling with their hidden feelings, and with the hope that their success will help them glean their insight, the insight they needed. Okay, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty endearing. Also, what we've seen in the intro, if I can show it, I'm not sure if that is copyrighted. But yeah, the intro was also kind of definitely heartwarming. So I expect a lot of comedy. I expect a lot of lewdness that I have to censor in the end. So let's head into options first, so we can see if we can... Yeah, that's pretty basic. Text speed normal. Yeah, I can live with that. That sounds good. Alright, my friends. 7 minutes without seeing any gameplay. That's definitely a giant standard. So let's go right into Kindred Spirits on the dog. Oh, text scroll. Yeah, I know how this works. Dude, I'm a savant in this. Kinda. Not really. It's been a while since I played a visual novel. But that's good. I think this also has some voiceover. I think there are voice actors, actually, for this. But of course, you know, we have these kind of things where there is no one saying this. It's just, you know, basically the almighty reader. So I take that part, obviously. Another beautiful day. After the end of the holidays, the air upon the roof had really started to feel like summer. The sun was high in the sky. That's a nice rhyme. Almost annoying in how vigorously it shined. I was already finding my vest stuffy, even though we'd only changed into our spring uniforms. But we were above the town and it was on the and it was on the roof, the first fuck up, count that. Up here the breeze was cool and comfortable. I finished off the soup in my little thermos and sighed, relieved that I'd been correct to pack a warm meal for lunch. Why? What? Oh yeah, okay, like summer breeze, I was about to say. Usually a summer that coexists with like 30 degrees, so I was about to throw a fit, like why would she eat a soup in the summer? My hands habitually moved to clean the rest of my food. I closed the lid of my small two-tiered lunchbox and wrapped it up in the scarf of my lap. Gathering the bundle, I set my items down on the bench next to me. By the way, obviously this is a visual novel, so there's not much visual, you know, ironically there's not much visual thing going on. But yeah, you can basically use this as background noise also, you know, if you just want to play a game in the meanwhile. So here we have our main protagonist, I guess, Tomi Yuna. Phew. Thank you. Tomi Yuna propped my elbows against the roof fence and sighed as I always did. Sighed as if my lunch had perfectly filled my stomach and pushed out my breath. I was careful not to lean too far. By the way, I just want to stress this. We had a pretty dick character in Bible Black. And in Bible Black the Infection, he was kinda relatable because he wasn't a complete jerk-off. But I think this time also we get a character that we can definitely more relate to, even though I'm a manly man and this is a girly girl, but you know, that's besides the point. You know what I mean too. The students who come up to the roof are asked not to rest against the fence, but the barrier, only a meter high, tempts you to relax on it and look out over the scenery. The bottom half of my view was a townscape, the top half a shining blue sky. At my eye level were the mountains surrounding the area, silhouettes on the horizon. I like that, that's vivid explanation. I could clearly see the summits of the mountains, their peaks sharp against the cloudless sky. The weather really was nice. I could hear the voices of the other students on the roof from behind me. Their words were lost amid the sounds of lunch. If they were speaking, it meant they must have come up here with someone. The roof seemed more popular than usual today. The first years who had started school a month ago were probably getting used to things by now. They probably noticed that the roof is the perfect place to eat on days with nice weather like today. I had thought the population up here would rise quickly, but that hadn't been proved true. Maybe because we had been on break. They were probably in their classrooms with friends discussing all they had done over the holidays. Strangely, it seemed to be mostly people or groups of 2 who come to the roof. There aren't any groups with 3 or more. Maybe with larger groups, it's just more like that one person won't want to eat up here. Maybe it's too much trouble to climb all the way up when you have too many with you. I can definitely see that. As for the groups of 2, well, I get that. It sort of feels like a picnic when you eat up here on the roof. I imagine it starts when one of them asks and the other thinks it sounds fun and goes along. The people who come to the roof alone may have friends who just happen to be absent today. Either that, or they don't like eating alone in their classroom. Like me. Anxious in the classroom. Too many people there. Friends, classmates, people who would talk to you, and all of the prying eyes. There's just too much going on there. Ah, okay, that's what right-clicking does. Gotcha. Can we also just... like, you know, get this thing off screen so we get the full view of the picture? Probably not. That's why I come to the roof during lunch. I come to a place with as few people as possible, and after eating, I look out at the scenery. Okay, so we have voice acting, cool. I muttered quietly to myself. I think I don't have to read that, by the way, because, you know, we have voice acting for that. I kind of like the music, by the way. Pretty cheerful. Well, she never really mentioned that, but she said it was more crowded than usual. Depends on how many people there are usually. I thought about all sorts of things as I stared out absent-mindedly at the view. Thought, no, things were just coming to mind really, and it always ends up with this line from an old classic. The phrase always pops into my head, and as a habit, I always bring my attention back from the scenery when it does. Definitely doesn't look that way. This time I leaned with my back against the fence. This was also forbidden by the teacher, but no one paid that rule any mind. Yeah, for me that would be a problem. I like the scenery a little bit right there. Looks pretty good, but the thing is, you know, I am deadly afraid of heights, so I definitely wouldn't be doing that. If they are really afraid of accidents, they should build a taller fence. Yeah, good points. I mean, I would sit down and lean my back against the fence, yeah, that, but not while standing. But their warnings probably aren't without reason, and I didn't need to deliberately ignore them. I picked myself up off the fence and sat back down on the bench I'd been using earlier. My hands found their way to my pockets. One of my fingertips ran across a small package, reminding me to take it out. Don't tell me she's doing cigarettes. It was something Arno had given me as I had left the classroom. She'd laughed, calling it a highly recommended new product. Sounds like a drug dealer. I looked it over and found on the packaging brown sugar lotus root lozenge, whatever that word is. Well, she did say it was tasty. That's what they all say. Yeah, probably. I would understand if it was supposed to be flavored with the fragrance of lotus, but why put lotus root in it? And what is a lozenge? I haven't heard anything about lotus root being good for the throat. That's what she said. Ooh, we even have you know, sound effects for that. That's nice. I took it out from the wrapping to find it was an inky black. Rolling it around in my hand for a moment, I tossed it into my mouth. Says who? Wait, what? I almost swallowed the thing. I was so surprised by the voices suddenly at my ear. Oh, alright. What? Yeah, exactly. That. What? I heard voices from behind me. Who were they? I could hear two of them. When did they get back there? Oh, I think I thought they were talking about her, but apparently not. It's an all-girls school, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that. Wait, no, hold on, they are talking about us. No, seriously, what? Poison what I just swallowed? No, wait a second. I mean, they can still make us, like, spit it out. That escalated quickly, for sure. Is she gonna be also like a side character for this? Because she sounds emo as fuck. I'm not gonna say anything. I said turning around. I lost my words. What? Because there were two girls standing behind me when I turned around. Is that Una's Anus, by the way? You know, on the left would be Markiplier and on the right would be Ethan, because, you know, it like definitely fits them. It's like black and white. Yeah, what? You don't make any sense. You were shouting like we're taking poison, obviously. Two girls wearing uniforms I didn't recognize. No one looked more like a woman than a girl. Then why were you throwing a fit if you see it more often lately? Sounds pretty good though. Definitely the Lotus part intrigues me. What exactly am I answering for? Yeah, sure. Definitely. One was a bit of an uncouth girl in a white sailor uniform who looked about my age. Her hair was light brown, though it didn't look dyed. It didn't look dyed. Apparently those two are the girls that died. Get it? Gothic. The other one wore a typical sailor uniform with hair long and as black as her clothes and my soul. She looked even more grown up than a third-year upperclassman. Classwoman. Ooh, the ectoplasm. That's when the numbness sets in. Okay, we got a name. What's going on? They have suddenly gone quiet. There was only one piece. The animu? So I couldn't split it anyway. No, that's not it. Why are they suddenly staring at me? They were just laughing a second ago. Oh, I get it a little bit, I guess, already. Like, we shouldn't see them, but we already answered. Hold on a second. They were laughing before my eyes. Before my eyes, right before my eyes. Can you see us? And hear us? Before my eyes was... Knew it. I mean, we also heard them, so we answered them. I had the bench to my back, so when I turned around, I should have seen nothing but the fence at the edge of the roof. Oh, it took a little while for them to actually understand that we knew them or heard them. The two of them were standing there. Senpai noticed you. In the tiny space between the bench and the fence, nope, the space isn't wide enough for anyone to stand there. Done what? The satanic ritual? I don't know why, but I feel like I can somehow see the fence right through the happy pair. Well, now all of a sudden they transcended a little bit.
聞こえているのよね。私たちの声。
Whoops. The roof of the three-story Hoshikan building. They are on the edge of the roof, 10 meters from the ground, without fear, not even touching the fence.
私たち。
Standing there, almost as if they are floating in the air. They are faintly transparent. I can see the mountains through them. I can see them.
聞いてほしい話が。
Yeah, come on, what? I like the fact that they actually also put in the effort to put sound effects in. I desperately held down the scream that threatened to escape my lips, grabbed my lunch bag, and took off running toward the door to the stairs.
あるんだけど。ちょっと。
Ah, she's far gone.
どこ行くの？
Where? I'm running away from here, of course. Where else would you run? Yeah, that's a good point. Ah, they put so much effort into this, I love it.
おかえり。
Ano Huji called out to me as I entered the classroom and headed back to my Seat. That's also, by the way, a ongoing meme that I don't call it Seat, because Seat is way more stupid, and I'm stupid, so that's definitely a match made in heaven. She's a friend I made after starting school here, and, not counting Hina, one of the few I can be myself with. Ano always greets me when I return to class. She's friendly, but not so friendly that she pesters me about eating alone. She has some bad habits, but I find them a little endearing, actually.
今日はずいぶんゆっくりしてたんだね。うたた寝でもしてたの？
Gotta say, I love her style, you know, the loose clothes and stuff. Like, she wears stuff that is twice her size, which is definitely what I do. It looks cool. Looks cool. You look like you've seen a ghost? Yes, that's right. I must have dozed off and had a weird dream.
うわゆな、ドロドロ。そんな急いできたの？まだもうちょっと時間あるよ。
Wait, hold on. Can I tone down the music a little bit? And then we hear the voices a little bit better? That should be good.
ってどうしたの？
Yeah, there we go.
顔真っ青だよゆな。
Say it. Say it. White as a sheet? Am I noticeably?
もしかして屋上で何かあった？
Yeah, actually, they also, you know, usually in visual novels, they don't draw as much. So, you know, a lot of stuff is left to your imagination and how they actually act or stand. But they have quite a lot going on here. What should I do? Should I tell her I had a weird dream? I dozed off and dreamed that I met some ghosts, but she might be creeped out if I said that. Just say it. I might prefer if both of us could be creeped out together, though. No, Ano might just laugh it off. She's carefree like that.
ちょっと変な夢を。
But before I could say dream, the bell signaling the beginning of afternoon classes rang. The bell? Already? When did that happen?
なんでもない。ほら席に戻りなよ。
Yeah, everyone in Japan gets a Seat if you know if you're entering class.
ゆな、気分悪くなったら保健室に行くんだよ。
Ooh, the nurse's office from Bible Black returns.
大丈夫よ。
With an unconvincing chuckle, I waved Ano off and she sat back at her Seat. Besides the Seat. Our first afternoon class began. Somehow I outcomposed myself, possibly thanks to Ano's encouragement, and was able to focus on class a little. Ano's encouragement? When did that happen? The teacher's words weren't quite getting through to me, but I was at least able to copy down the words on the blackboard. My mind wandered as my hand took notes. The only conclusion is that it was a dream. Yume. It's not as if I can, with absolute certainty... Wait. It's not as if I can say, with absolute certainty, that ghosts don't exist, but I couldn't possibly have seen some myself. That's why it must have been a dream. I must have dozed off, I was just confused when I woke up, and took off running. I'm glad I didn't tell Ano. If I'd gone on like that, I probably wouldn't have been able to pretend it was just a dream. No, it was just a dream, so I wouldn't have had to pretend anything. Ah, whatever, I should concentrate on class. Yeah, that never works. I looked back at the blackboard. And at that moment, I heard those two again.
見つけた。
Well, that's actually fucking creepy. Mitsuke-ta. A faint voice just next to my ear. Yeah. Yeah, no. Red letters had appeared on the blackboard. At least it's not red rum. The teacher hadn't written them. I mean, they weren't her neat handwriting, definitely. They were round, girlish letters? Well, yeah, possibly. And not in chalk with... Not in... What? And not in chalk white, but a vibrant red. Dripping from the edges like wet paint. Or blood? I heard a clattering sound in my head. Oh, that's my teeth. And while the noise shook once. But there are no such things as halfway crooks. The words were rewritten with no eraser in sight. They faded gradually and new words rose to take their place. They have the wrong music for this. It should be a little bit more creepy. They should have put in like some Jew on the Grudge type music. What's with this freaking creepy rabbit at the end right there? It's definitely that's not wholesome. I finally screamed and shouted hard enough for my Seiya to make noise. Yeah, she stole the car.
誰？トミさん？どうしたの？
The teacher who had been writing on that was the teacher's voice on the blackboard turned around and stared at me. I was already halfway out of my Seiya. Get back in the car.
間違えた？先生、それ。何？
The teacher turned back to the blackboard. She tilted her head as she looked at the area I was pointing at. She was looking, wasn't she? Hadn't anyone else noticed?
どこも間違ってないよね。
Ah, this math is just... Ugh, it's just so bad. The teacher, everyone around me, no one had noticed. Even though the words loomed on the blackboard, bright red words as if they had been written in blood. Thank you. Now you're saying the B word. I would be a little bit disappointed if she wouldn't say it looked like blood, because it definitely does. Everything that is red is in blood. At least in those kind of games. And definitely with this message. That was when I realized I was the only one who could see them.
何かわからないことでもあった？
A lot of questions, yes. Not some questions. I desperately turned the cogs in my mind. I had no idea what to do anymore. On the other hand, the fact that only I could see the words was just a tiny bit comforting. What? It was comforting? It meant that I was the only one who was crazy here. Oh, well, yeah.
すみません。目の前をなんか虫が横切ってびっくりしちゃって。え？ああ、そうだったの。びっくりしたのは分かったけど、あまり大きな声出しちゃダメよ。
Alright, it's a cool teacher.
はい。
I sunk back into my chair as the room filled with quiet giggles. Normally my face would be turning crimson with embarrassment, but I was too preoccupied to care.
ねえ、ユナ、大丈夫？
Anno turned around from her Seiya diagonally in front of me. She hadn't laughed. Look at the freaking road. She hadn't laughed at my sudden outburst. Instead, her face and voice contained genuine concern. I love the voice actors so far. They're doing an amazing job. I tried feebly to laugh it off again, insisting there were words on the blackboard that only I could see would only make people laugh at me or think I was crazy. But she admitted to it. Sure thing. That's the wrong approach. Careless whisper. I was a little relieved when Anno turned back around. I looked back on the blackboard as well, hoping that what I had seen had just been a hallucination. It probably changed. But, yep.
放課後屋上に来て
Nah. It wasn't, and now new words had appeared on the board. I wasn't as alarmed as I had been the first time, and though it was still creepy, the letters were a bit too cute to be really scary. I mean, the fact that they are basically dripping like, what's that font called in Word? Creepy Girl or something? It's a little bit cheesy, but the fact that it's dripping like it could be blood is a little bit concerning, don't you think? Yeah, do they have to drip like that though? Yeah, thank you. That's the...
くれないと呪うよどうしろっていう
Crossing out the K, alright. Alright, I'm into it. Yeah, it's girl writing though, you don't write L's like that. Little L's at that. Little L, good song by Jamiroquai, by the way. No, only me? Alright, figures. Ah. When the bell signaling the end of my 6th period rang, short pause for obvious jokes that I won't make, I sighed and put my head in my hand, in my hands, my head in my head, my elbow resting on my desk. I was a wretched final 2 periods after lunch. The mysterious blood writing continued popping up endlessly the whole time on the blackboard, and in the end it even showed up in my notebook too. The only reason I wasn't already collapsed on the desk was because the writing was now painted across the pages. Even though the writing was splashed across it, I could still copy things down from the blackboard, and when I timidly pressed a finger to the letters, it came away clean. So it wasn't as though I would get blood all over my face if I laid my head down, but I wasn't exactly eager to do it. So I just covered my face to avoid looking at anything.
ユナ大丈夫うん平気大丈夫
Absolutely not. And I was fine, I had gotten used to it. I'd been surprised again when the writing had also appeared on my notebook, but I had gotten used to that too, though it was still creepy. Yeah, creepy girl font. After 2 periods, I was almost able to laugh at it. I'd found myself about to write buzz off in my notebook in response. Am I actually pretty bold?
ホームルーム終わったらさっさと帰ろうなんかそうした方がいいよユナ
Well, we have some unfinished business to attend to first, I assume. I'm afraid. I wanted nothing more than that, really, but they'd been summoning me continuously for hours. If I just ignored them and went home, who knows what would happen to me. I'd said they would curse me, though I wasn't sure exactly what that meant. They crossed out the K too, even though that's probably to scare us off.
ちょっと用があるなそうでもさっさと帰った方がいいと思うんだけどな昼休みはちょっと具合悪いかもって思ったけど気のせいだったみたいだし平気よありがとうそうならいいんだけど
Sorry. Ano knows I don't like people hanging around me too much at school, and yet she was still that concerned for me. I felt bad for worrying her so much about something she couldn't see.
Hurry up and come back when homeroom ends, okay? If you go home, I'll curse you. Stop!
The message was written clearly on the pages of my notebook. Yes, I understood. I understood. Something along those lines. It looks really cool, I gotta say. It looks clean. After homeroom, I picked up my bag and left the classroom. Of course, my destination is the roof. I got it, really, I get it already, I understand. What I had seen during lunch wasn't a dream and it wasn't an hallucination, it was reality. The voices I'd heard when I'd eaten that candy, the 2 I'd seen when I'd turned around, that had been real. In other words, yeah, they were here. Yeah, these 2 were real ghosts.
ようこそよく来てくれたわね
Well, you accepted that really quick.
もう遅い
Okay, let's spill the beans. Spill the Uncle Ben's.
そう遠見ゆなさんっていうのあなたは
I could clearly hear her asking my name and clearly see her figure now.
なんかちょっと変な名前
I think it's pretty normal, pretty plain. We exchange names along with each other along with some simple
あ
introductions.
らいい名前だと思うわ
The one in the black sailor uniform was Enoki Sachi-san. She'd passed away 80 years ago in her third year.
そうかなまあサチさんがそう言うならいいかもって思うけど
80 years ago, Jesus Christ. And the one in the white sailor uniform was Nagatani Megumi-san. She passed away 30 years ago in her first year. The two of them are indeed genuine spirits. Sachi-san died in an accident, Megumi-san of illness. Alright. And they both had proper funerals, or so they told me. So, then why were they still lingering here? It's not, in the very least, it's not a case like Ju-on the Grudge, where they died with a grudge, obviously.
私たちはね2人ともこの学校に通っていたのそして卒業する前に死んでしまったの
Unfinished business.
気
Gotcha.
づいたらこの屋上で幽霊になっていたのよねそしてめぐみはサチさんと運命の再会を果たせたのよ
But you don't even, like, she died, like, okay. Sachi-san died 80 years ago. You died 30 years ago. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy. You don't even know each other, right? Like, right? Would you really call that fate?
私もめぐみも強く思い残したことがあってそれで成仏できなかったのねだからその思いに深く結びついたこの学校で幽霊になってしまったの
Alright.
自爆霊ってやつだよねまあめぐみはサチさんと一緒にいられるようになったからよかったんだけど
But you didn't know each other before that. And what were those regrets exactly?
私たちね
Okay, yeah,
二
spill
人
that.
とも
Spill it.
女の子が好きだったの
Alright. What? Yeah.
女の子が好きで大好きでその思いを強く抱えたまま死んでしまったからそ
Ah.
して幽霊になっているの
Okay, I can accept that.
めぐみもサチさんのことが大好きで幽霊になったのよ
But you... What? You... No, she died 80 years ago, you died 30 years ago. There's like... Wait. Yeah, 50 years in between. You weren't at school at the same time. Or am I missing something?
ありがとうめぐみ私もめぐみのことが大好きよ
Yeah, that's cool and all, but there are 50 years between that. That doesn't work. I mean, I guess it can work, but I mean, not in this canon. It's a little bit weird. Like, they weren't... The thing that bothers me is that they weren't in the school at the same time. And also, she was in her third year, 80 years ago, and she was in her first year, 30 years ago. What is with these two?
あなたたちってそのレズの人
Okay, so here now we have something, a vocabulary we all need. Rezu no hito, which means lesbian. You can also say rezubian. Not that... Let's continue.
そういういやらしい言い方しないでほしいなめぐみとサチさんはもっと綺麗な関係なんだから
Ah, God damn it, get your priorities straight. It's 2020. Exactly. Tell her, Megumi, spill that.
レズ
Oh yeah, that wasn't the term 80 years ago, right?
女性同士の同性愛者のことですよサチさんそうじゃなくてもっと他にあるでしょほら S とか
Well, that's something completely different.
S?
Come the fuck on.
シスターの S ですよ
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Alright.
そうなんだ初めて知った
Yeah, I also hear that for the first time.
あれなんで知らないのよ
If only you would use Google.
最近はもうちょっと綺麗な言葉があったはずよ何だったかしら
What?
ほら花に例えて
Lotus? No. Nah. Oh.
ユリ
Alright, gotcha. That's a flower?
それそんな風に言っていたのを聞いたことがあるわ。
Yuri is a flower? Everyone Google that real quick. I don't know. These days, alright. These two died a pretty long time ago, huh?
ユリいいわね。
Oh, alright.
綺麗な花よね。
Yeah, I guess also Yuri sounds a little bit better or more quote-unquote romantic than Rezu.
あ、そうね。
I think I like that pose the most, by the way. It looks cute.
私たち幽霊じゃなくてユリ霊だったのね。
That's it. It's like with Family Guy when they, you know, say the name of the movie in the movie. Excuse me? Really? You're okay with that?
まあなんとか大体わかったけど、つまりあなたたち二人は恋人同士なんでしょ？
But how? But how?
そうね。それなのになんでまだ二人とも幽霊やってるの？
I want an explanation. There is a 50-year discrepancy. It's impossible for the girl in white to know the girl in black. It's impossible.
ユリ霊よ。
Do we really have to?
めでたくその女の子の恋人ができたんでしょ？それで成仏できなかったの？
Well, that's a good point. They went all quiet.
そうね。確かに私にはめぐみという可愛い恋人ができたわ。
Well, adorable lover is koibito, but yeah.
でも本当はそれだけじゃ満足できなかったみたいなの。なんで？確かに思いの通じ合う恋人はできたけど、やっぱりこの思いを確かめ合うことを知らずには成仏できないのよ。
Then do it?
それって？
What are you, like 5?
ま
Yeah, exactly.
めぐみはサチさんと心も体も一つになりたい
Illuminati, take my soul and my body.
の。それって
It's 2020, come on.
何考えてるのよ、エッチ。考えてるのはあなたの方でしょ。
I think we all think about it, I think. Weren't you the one who was just talking about how pure your relationship is?
でもまあそういうことなの。私もめぐみも体まで一つになってやっと思い残すことなくこの空の高いところまで行ける気がするのよね。
Yeah, I don't get it, then do it. What, like, you're even ghosts, no one can see you. Or maybe they want to. I think I can feel my brain melting. Well, at least they're trying to pass on instead of just sticking around as ghosts. Yeah.
そうなの。
Yeah.
それじゃあさっさと成仏できるようにそのやっちゃえばいいじゃない。
Yeah.
それがね。
Yeah.
だってめぐみたち二人ともやり方がわからないんだもの。
Okay, let's see how this goes. Let's see how it pans out. How it's done.
あなたは知らない？知るわけないでしょそんなこと。
Like, I don't know what age we are, but I don't buy it.
やっぱりいつも一人で屋上に来ているから恋人なんていないだろうと思っていたけど。
Basically, this is an Apple product. I don't buy it. Ba-dum-ts. Nailed it. Oh, give me a break. I mean, I don't, but... And this is a girls' school, you know. Even if I had a boyfriend... Ugh, I wouldn't be able to have lunch with him here. And I've never even thought about having a girlfriend.
それで私への用ってそのことなの？だったらお役には立てないってことだけど。
YURITOPIA incoming.
サチさんやっぱりって言ったでしょ。このことではあんたが役に立たなさそうってのは分かってたの。悪かったわね。それじゃあ何の用なの？この学校にもね、私たちと同じように秘めた恋心を抱えたまま思い悩む女の子がいるのよ。
Alright.
でもあと少しの勇気がほんのちょっとしたきっかけが足りなくて踏み出せない子がいるの。
Alright.
私たちは幽霊だからそういう子に何もしてあげることができなかった。
Okay.
でも
But
やっと私たちの声を聞いてくれる人ができたものね。
oh, so they're gonna lead us? Huh? Do they mean?
あなたには私たちの代わりにそういう子たちの背中をちょっと押してあげるお手伝いをしてほしいのよ。
Oh, like salt and pepper, push it.
キューピッドをやってほしいってことなの。え
How? No way I can do that.
あなたのほんのちょっとで思いを通じ合える相手を捕まえることができる子がきっといるはずよ。
Actually, I don't have any dirty things in my head right now. It sounds actually wholesome. I like that. I like that idea. Why should I have to butt into their business like that?
今日もきっといるはずよ。この時間はまだきっと。
If any of you guys have watched my Super Seducer playthrough, definitely watch that, by the way. I did that with Zig. We basically play like Richard... I almost said Richard Ramirez. Richard Lauduina. We play the Super Seducer.
あの子ね。うん、そうね。めぐみ、私ちょっとユナさんをあの子のところに案内してくるわ。
Well, apparently they know how it's done to get girls together, I guess. So, I'm gonna see how it
ちょっ
works.
と私はこんなことに首を突っ込む気は全然。
We can.
あら、断る気？ 当たり前でしょ、こんなこと。
Wait, hold on. I gotta say in this.
あんた、これから毎日私からのメッセージを見ながら授業を受けたいんだ。あれはあんたか。あれだけじゃないよ。もっと本格的に呪っちゃってもいいんだけど。
Alright. That's underhanded.
まあまあめぐみ、無理強いしてもよくないわ。そうね、今日だけ私たちに付き合ってくれない？それから私についてきて見てほしいの。
Okay, valid point.
私たちが見つけた女の子の姿を今日だけ、これからほんの少しの時間だけでいいわ。
Yeah, let's spy.
ねえ、それさえも断る気？
Fine, I get it. I'll go along with you for just a few minutes today only, but that's it.
わかったわ。でも今日だけよ。
それでいいわ。それじゃあ案内してあげる。ちょっと行ってくるわね、めぐみ。
いってらっしゃい、サチさん。
Sachi-san walked off towards the entrance to the roof, or more floated. I suppose like a ghost would. Megami-san is staying here? Yeah, why?
ほら、サチさんが待ってるでしょ。早く行きなさいよ。
Why aren't you coming? What's that about? Well, whatever. I followed Sachi-san over to the stairs. When I opened the door, Sachi-san remained where she was for some reason, saying to me,
先は奥校舎よ。先に入り口で待っているわ。
oh yeah, she can go through walls probably.
あ、
Wall hack.
はい。
We're not going together?
よく見てあげてね。私たちと同じ思いを抱えたこの姿を。そしてよかったらほんのちょっと手伝ってあげて。
At the girl who shares our feelings. I really have no intention of doing that though. Sachi-san's smile was genuine and gentle as she spoke. Well, I hope she's coming along, because I don't know how to find that.
ほら、こっちよ。
Ah, okay, thank you. After we met at the entrance to the inner building, Sachi-san walked ahead of me down the hallway. Her movement was completely natural. But her feet didn't reach the floor, instead hovering inches above it. We seemed to be about the same height, but her head rose just a bit above mine from the floating.
ここよ。この角から見てみて。あ、あんまり見守りつかないでね。彼女に見つかっちゃうから。
So she said, I stood on the stairs where they met the hallway and quietly peeked out into the hall. Alright, who we got? And I saw a girl standing there against the wall right next to one of the third-year classrooms. Her skirt was red, giving her away as a first year. Those pesky first years. One who just begun school a few weeks ago. A girl I'd never seen.
女の子がいるの見える？
Well, obviously. I doubted the girl would be able to see Sachi-san, but she stayed back there with me on the stairs, maybe to keep me company. I was a little disturbed by Sachi-san's transparent body slightly overlapping my own, though.
あの子が
With my
何を
own.
しようとしているのかわかる？
I can tell. What is she doing? She stayed out of the classroom the whole time we'd been watching her, merely glancing inside every so often. Maybe she has some business with an upperclassman inside. If that's it, she should just go in.
あの子が手に持っているの。
Just
わかる
do
かし
it!
ら？え、手に？
Hankichi?
ちょっとよくわからない。
The handkerchief? Now that she mentioned it, it did look like the girl was clutching something to her chest as if she held some precious object. I couldn't tell what it was from the distance, but it wasn't her bag, it was smaller.
手紙なの。
Oh, yeah.
手紙？
Koi no tegami? It did sort of look like a letter now. A letter. A first-year student holding a letter in her hands after school, petrified before a classroom door. Could it be? Well, yes, Sherlock Holmes.
そう。あの子、あのクラスの女の子に自分の書いた手紙を渡したいのよ。
It's directions to the
手紙の中にはわかるでしょ？
directions to the heart.
まさかラブレター？そう。でも今教室の中には渡したい子の旧友が残っていてね。だからあの子はずっとあそこで中に入っていけず困っているわけ。
We call that C block. That's actually a Chinese rap group, by the way. Don't sue me.
あの子が手紙を渡したい子は今はいないんだけどね。だからカバンか机に手紙を置いていきたいみたい。
Well, why don't you do it then?
でも他の
It's
子
just a
が
room.
残っているから入っていけないのよ。ねえゆなさん。
Why?
何？あの子、もうどれくらいこうしているかわかる？
Okay. Okay, wait, 30 minutes? How long has it been since class? Oh my god, classes ended today. Oh.
30分くらい。
Ooh, nailed it.
外れ。先々週の日曜日からずっとなの。もうずっと放課後毎日ああしているのよ。
Jesus Christ, alright.
先生ってそんなに？ええ。直接渡す勇気はまだ持てないから。
Ah,
手紙を
yeah.
置いてくるチャンスをずっと伺ってるの。
I was about to say, like, why don't you give it to her directly then if you always miss her? But apparently that can't be the thing.
ねえゆなさん。あ、はい。あの手紙を書くことだってあの子にとってはとても勇気を振り絞ってのことだったんじゃないかしら。
Sure.
こうやって毎日ここに来ることだって。
Yeah.
そしてもしあの手紙を置いてくることができたらあの子は次にどんな勇気を出すのかしら。私はね、ああいう子たちのほんの少しの勇気を後押ししてあげたいの。手伝ってあげたいの。
I like that. That's wholesome.
あそこにいる子のあの真剣な顔。あれを見たら何もできない自分がとても歯がゆく思えるわ。
She's right. If the classroom were empty, that girl would probably find the courage to go inside. Ah, I thought we were supposed... yeah, I thought like at first we just take the letter and, you know, do it for her. But apparently that wouldn't really boost her confidence. So yeah, she has to do it on her own, obviously. If it were empty, the reason she's been waiting outside is because of the people hanging out in there. For 2 whole weeks. But why doesn't she wait just until everyone leaves and then she goes in?
つまり教室の中に残っている人たちが出てくればいいわけよね。
Ooh, do we get multiple choice on how we do it?
ええ、そうだけど。
Free candy?
ちょっと試してみるわ。
Ring the fire alarm? And, you know, tell her beforehand? I sucked in a breath, putting together the words I would say. And...
ちょっと誰か校舎の中に犬が入ってきてる。
Is that meant to be cute or alarming? I shouted, putting on a bit of a voice.
ちょっとユナさん。
I glanced back into the hallway, ignoring Sachi-san's look of wide-eyed surprise. Did it work? I'd caught their interest with that shout just as I'd expected to. 3 third years emerged from the classroom chatting as they jogged my way. They paid no mind to the first year standing frozen by the door. So I guess it's meant to be cute? I stole a quick glance back into the hallway. Just long enough to see the girl slip into the classroom. Slip, slide. But she didn't know it was us. I actually thought she would like talk to her first and then just push the fire alarm or something. Really it wasn't, but for some reason I felt a slight satisfaction deep in my heart. Maybe it was just because I'd gotten to shout. That's what I decided to think anyway. The girl who'd come out of the classroom walked further down the hallway talking about something. I'd snuck up the stairs to avoid them. I sighed inadvertently. Why on earth did I do that? The satisfaction had disappeared, replaced by a heavy feeling. I just wanted to go home, but I had already replied to her by the time I realized it. Next quest coming, Sachi-san said, passing straight through a window just like a ghast. With another sigh, I headed back down the stairs, and just then, is it gonna stop? That first year ran down the hallway toward me from the direction of the classroom. She passed by me, and in an instant, I saw the expression on her face. She was bright red, and it almost looked like she was ready to burst into tears. Yet, she looked incredibly happy. With those little words, she ran off the hallway connecting with the Hoshikan building. Whoops. That look was amazing. Well, some of us have to walk the way back up. Sachi-san had already arrived on the roof. I was a little winded from the climb up the stairs, but Sachi-san looked completely fine. Guests are unfair. Oh, maybe the reason Megumi is her name. Megumi didn't come with us because she's bound to the roof? Maybe? Could be. That's pretty good. The compliment did nothing to improve my mood. Yes. Didn't you like that feeling? Didn't you? What on earth is she saying? She was right about me. They would have taken anyone who could see them. And the day after that. I like Megumi when she's like that. That's awesome. It's like, I think his name is K from King of Fighters. He also has that kind of pose. And what's his name? Nash. Now they call him Nash. Before it was Charlie from Street Fighter. He also has that pose. I really didn't mean to. No, seriously, why did I do that? I don't even know myself. I can't believe I stuck my nose into that girl's business like that. You weren't a frame ago. Then we help you with that. Has she given up? Seems fair. No, she hasn't. I suppose I can at least think about it though.
分かったわ。一晩だけ考えさせて。
心変わりしない？
考えさせてって言ってるの。それでダメだったら諦めてよ。本当に。ええ、それでいいわ。ゆっくり考えてね。
明日いい返事してね。出ないと。
Seriously, can I at least think about it? She's really gonna curse me. I like it. I like it a lot. And I already made my decision. Just needs maybe one more thing to actually
おかわり。
to actually convince her to do it.
はいはい。
That's a sister, I guess. So much had happened today, had happened that I was having trouble processing it, but I managed to return to my routine somehow. I thought it over as I took Hina's bowl from her and filled it with a second helping of rice. I've seen and spoken with spirits for the first time in my life, and they'd even asked me for an extraordinary favor. After convincing them to allow me a night to make a decision, I'd gone home, my head practically bursting with the mess. Maybe that was for the best, since I don't think I'd have been able to organize it. In the end, I went shopping on the way home, as I always did, made dinner, and was now here eating with Hina. Her bowl refilled, Hina took it back from me and resumed scarfing down her rice energetically. Hina, my childhood friend, Komano Hina. Oh, I thought it was her sister. Our houses are next to each other and we've known each other since she was born. My mother and Hina's mother both work as nurses in the same hospital, so Hina comes over to our house to eat when they both have night shifts on the same day. She's a year younger than me and just started school at Kokonotsuboshi's Girls Academy of Commerce this spring, like I did last year. She joined the track and field team off the bat and came home hungry from it again today. Yeah, she kind of looks like the girl that would do like that track and fields, the kind of
ど
stuff.
うしたの？ルナね。
何？
なんか今日黙ってばっか。
そうかな。
She may be right. I don't think I've been totally lost in thought, but my mind is still sort of a mess. I don't really remember saying much to her after getting home. Trouble on my mind.
今日は部活どうだった？
い
Good?
っぱい走った。
Right.
そう。味付けどう？失敗してない？
Nope.
美味しい。
Well, you're quite a talker, aren't you?
そう。
You know, as I said, there's a lot of motion in this. I like it. They drew a lot. This isn't good. I can barely carry on a conversation. Yeah, if you like give short bursts of answers like that.
ごめん。ちょっと今考え事をしていて。
平気。気になっただけだから。考え事してるなら、私のこと気にしなくていいよ。
ごめん。食べ終わったら言ってね。デザート出してあげるから。
Hand that over. It's nice that Hina doesn't pry like this. After thanking her, my thoughts drifted back to today, to what the ghosts asked me to do. And to what I did for that first year girl. Why on earth did I do that? It was none of my business. It was just meddling. But Butterface when I passed by her in the hallway. Can we please see that again? So happy, on the verge of tears, finally having done what she had been waiting weeks to do. A first year, the same as Hina, huh? Could they know each other? If I help those ghosts, will I end up doing more things like I did today? Also, girls can have romantic relationships with other girls. Things those girls haven't asked me to do. So much girls. But...
ルナね、ごちそうさま。
ああ、もういいの？
お腹いっぱい。
I looked down at the table to find that Hina had cleared her plate. Looks like I gave her just the right amount.
じゃあデザート出してあげるわね。いちご安かったの。どうやって食べたい？
Raw.
そのままでいい。
Yeah, exactly. That's my girl.
はいはい。
I opened the fridge door and pulled out the chilled strawberries. I'd just have them plain too.
ルナね、考え事してるの？ ちょっとね。大したことじゃないんだけど。
Am I the only one, by the way, that thinks that that maybe the next quest, or one of the quests is gonna involve her? Like, involve Hina? It kinda seems that way, doesn't it? I think so.
ちょっと面倒なお願いされてね。手伝おうかどうしようかって。そうなんだ。やっちゃえば。考えるよりまずやっちゃえば。
Her actual name is Hina. What is his name? I already forgot. Just do it! Hina LaBeouf, of course.
ひならしいわね。
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf, Hina LaBeouf. Makes sense.
ひなねらしくだよ。え？ひなね、いつもそうしてたもん。中学の時とかは。
You always used to just do it! There we go. It's confirmed. It's canon.
そうだったかな。
Like, not the printer thing, the, story canon. Obviously. Is that how it used to be? Did I used to just do it instead of worrying?
ひなねが思った通りにやればいいんだよ。そう。
What I want to do, huh? What do I want to do? Their request, that first year's face, the feeling I got after I shouted, they swirled around inside my head on and on and on and on till the break of dawn. Rapper's delight. I just want to see that girl, that first year girl's face. It was just awesome. Oh, what do we have here? Calendar screen. From the planner, you can view new scenes or recall scenes you've already seen. So we can basically rewind, which is an awesome song by Nas, by the way. So we have the month tabs. Change the page to a different month. Months with unread scenes will have a star mark on their tabs. Headphones BGM mode. All right. Picture stickers. Click the picture stickers to view CGs. Okay. Warning, you cannot save or load from the planner screen. The planner displays all previously viewed scenes. If you close the game from the planner screen, you will be brought back to the same planner screen the next time you open the game. Gotcha. Event stickers. Newly unlocked scenes will appear with the sticker on their dates. The bear stickers mark main story scenes centered around Yuna and the other main characters. Cherry stickers mark couple scenes from the couple's point of view. Oh, that's cool. Blue bear stickers mark main scenes that haven't been read yet. Red stickers mark already viewed scenes. The word new will appear next to the cherry stickers marking unread couple scenes. Also, that's pretty cool from the couple's point of view. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. And next sticker, scenes that continue from a previous scene will have the next sticker on their top right. The next sticker will not appear for a few scenes that are not connected to the previous scene or when you're rereading scenes. Okay. Okay. Daily memo scene list. Clicking a sticker will open a daily memo with all of that day's scenes. The main character for that scene, its title and its classification, main couple, read, unread, will be displayed. Clicking the scene button will start the scene. Scenes that you have already read can be replayed as many times as you want by reading certain scenes. New scenes will appear on the planner. Okay. You can close the memo by clicking anywhere other than the scene buttons. Okay. Okay, so that's basically our menu. So, what does that do? Ah, okay, we can listen to stuff here. Gotcha. Okay. I thought it would change, like, maybe the whole thing. Okay, so we get CGs right here. So we have those two. Ah, okay, so we can... Okay. Let's see. Okay, please. Nah, it doesn't have her with the happy face. I freaking loved it. Okay, so that is done. Yeah, that is done. So we are in May, and it goes all the way to... Jesus, it goes from May all the way to November? Apparently. Okay, so let's go to the next day then. Kindred Spirits 2, which is new. Let's go.